For my A2 Media coursework, I decided that I wanted to do a film trailer due to my avid interest in film. After forming a group, we then decided that we would make a film magazine front cover featuring the film and a poster for the film, seeing as these would be much easier to research and execute effectively. In order to understand how to effectively make a trailer, we had to understand how a full film would work. Tzvetan Todorov stated his theory that stories start with an equilibrium which is disrupted by an agent of change in the form of a villain or event before the hero is able to overcome this and return everything to a new equilibrium. We started our trailer with a voiceover news report and a video of a young man walking alone at night.
From the BBC News Centre at 10. Reports are coming in tonight of a string of murders in the Redgrave area. Police are advising local residents to remain inside with all doors and windows locked.
This acted as the state of equilibrium due to the expectations of a normal night, but it also acted as the disruption of the equilibrium by the murderer on the news report. For the start of our trailer, we decided to use a tracking shot in order to allow the viewer to associate themselves with the character on screen, due to the feel of following the character through their life or a simple routine. This shot is used normally for the main character in film, and if executed in a certain setting, can connote the sense of dread for the main character being followed. When filming, I simply held the camera as steadily as I could, whilst following the character or the actor at the same pace as they were walking. In many trailers, the use of fading in and out is normally used to establish the theme of the trailer. From the beginning of our production, we knew that we needed to utilize this method in order to ease the viewer into a sense of security. Shadows and silhouettes were an obvious choice for us when contemplating how to best convey the sense of danger, dread, and mystery to the trailer. I personally was inspired by the harsh lighting of old noir films, which represented the duplicitous and untrustworthy natures of the characters. To create these shadows, we used our phone torches and placed our actors in between the torch and a wall which we wanted the shadow to show on. We attempted to make a silhouette by putting a paper towel over the phone torch that we placed behind me. I found it fitting that this would correspond with the first recognition of the disruption of the equilibrium by a protagonist. In our research, we realized that film trailers normally show the names of famous actors, directors, and producers associated with the film in order to grab the attention of potential audiences. This would be especially if the audiences had seen previous works of these actors or directors. Despite the fact that we had not made any previous films, we decided to use this vehicle so that we would add authenticity to our trailer. Another moment in our trailer that we felt was vital to our horror trailer, both to create a genuine fear for the well-being of the main character, was the moment where she is dragged away from the camera, which is left in a canted angle shot on the floor. This helped to connote this destabilized pre-equilibrium universe in which a murderer is loose. The concept of being dragged away is one that is quite common in horror and thriller trailers, both realistic and supernatural. In order to pull off an effective scene like this, we had to take many shots in order to get the right footage that we could put in the trailer. Jump scares are necessary in horror trailers if you want the audience to be able to remember the trailer. Fear is what drives people to watch horror movies in the first place, and so without a jump scare, audiences may become to find that the trailer is just boring. We create a jump scare through the intertwining of music that fits the editing adding a loud sound when something dramatic happened. Suspense is key in films, and we aim to keep the audience expecting another jump scare before the end of the trailer. We create this suspense through the use of relatively calm but eerie music alongside the video of the protagonist hiding from the murderer. Another way we create suspense is through our props. We use a knife as the choice of tool for our murderer. The use of such deadly objects is vital to stress the mortality and vulnerability of the characters. We show a bloodied knife to allow the viewer to know that there will be bloodshed in the film. The action of banging on a glass can be widely understood to be an attempt to get help or grab someone's attention. This acts as an attempt to reinstate the equilibrium by calling out for help in our trailer. We took a couple low-angle shots of this possible scene, but could not find good shots doing this. In the end, we settled on a darker, well-lighted shot. We didn't show the reinstatement of the equilibrium or the attainment of a new one in our trailer, as we didn't want to give anything away. Although I would have had the trailer noticed by the neighbours, who call the police, who turn up to save the protagonist as the ending, we would not show any of this in the trailer due to the vital plot devices that would be spoiling the film. We wanted to make the magazine cover to be the best view of the killer before the film's release. Although we didn't want to show the actor fully unmasked for the front cover, the cover still presents the major themes of any film magazine. As with many other film magazines, when compared to the poster, the film magazine is normally glossier and more revealing of the film character. The direction of gaze is towards the reader as it is on most film magazine covers. This connects with the potential readers, drawing their attention and evoking their curiosity about the film or story featuring. The direction of gaze is a sign in the magazine cover that adds up to the code of an attention grabber. There is a sticker on the magazine which can be seen on many magazines, and although it has nothing to do with the feature film, it is another sign of the magazine cover that entices the potential audience to buy the magazine and find out the information within the pages. The way the title is presented is not like when it is presented in the trailer. Instead, it is more reflective of the magazine style. However, it does still have relevance to the film and stands out among the rest of the title, the text on the page. We are able to replicate this theme by using the same text that we are used in our poster. The use of a tagline enabled us to embed the image of the poster and the film into the memories of the potential audience. Taglines can be found on many posters as a unique relation to the film in a way that makes the audience associate the usually short sentence with the entire film. Featuring a release date on our poster also gave the audience a date to mark in their diaries. This gave the audience something to look forward to, something to talk about, and something to remember for the benefit of not only themselves, but for the film production company who would be making money off of their entertainment. We chose to include star ratings reviews in our poster as a way of setting the expectations for the audience, giving them something to challenge or agree with when they see the movie. Most importantly is the pose that we chose to go with for the poster. Having the characters back to the camera whilst brandishing a weapon is a very common stance that we knew would be safe to go with. The poster that most inspired us being the town that dreaded sundown.